For what feels like weeks on the road, our traveling group of colorful, unique adventurers finally returned home. Having overcome demons of the past, made new acquaintances with Agatha, and successfully recovered the spellbook for Beretta Schillingen. As a manner of speaking, as it is an identical copy of the original. You entered a contract of trust and the ability to refurnish and reshape the Mountainside Manor, including a rebranding or a name change, as it were, to your liking with the Timbersows, Darren and I forgot her name. Nina. Yeah, Darren and Nina Timbersow, owners of the Wouldn't Dare Craftsman's Lodge in the Commons District. Entering a state of downtime after these ordeals, where Finn had died and mysteriously returned to life, something
people imagine that.
Yeah, something Anthus is convinced is the work of Eldath, the piece of goddess in nature whom he worships. Prath's signet ring proving to house far more significance and dangers than previously thought, as Bell had tried identifying it, and in doing so came face to face with the entity which you knew as the Warbringer, as previously learned from Agatha.
Whoops.
From this encounter, you learned his name, Askathan, and while not everyone in the group is aware, Bell, having been given visions previous from the automatons inside of Agatha's lair, and now also by the Warbringer, you find out that Askathan once was the advisor to the last ruler of the ancient Sharkian civilization. You did find one vital detail out, however. The Warbringer and the Usurper are in no way allies. Finn's teacher, shrouded in mystery and whose imprisonment has long hindered her in communicating and furthering the teachings in her student, using the pages of the Book of Shadows to let him know that she is waiting for him in a kind of heartfelt realization of what he had been going through in the past few days, and the encountering of the Hag Coven. However,
somebody stop.
Somebody eating crisps.
However, as the final day of the downtime came to pass and night set on, one individual of your group, Kashi Menth, had his private chambers broken into. Under magical means, no noise or otherwise anything signifying the intrusion was given to the rest of the party as a means of alerting. With all of his personal possessions, gold and weaponry left behind, and the only thing showing the intrusion had taken place is the shattered window and signs of struggle. And that is where we pick up as morning comes. The sun rising in the west as Anthus wakes up out on and everyone else as well, wakes up in the early hours of the morning. What would you like to do, Mr. RS? Not RC, SPCA or something like that. Okay, Skittles will be here as soon as he can.
RSCPA. Wait.
RSPCA,
That's
right?
the one, RSPCA. RSPCA, we're gonna save you today. Sorry.
I'm going out to get breakfast.
Alright. Going out, as in out into the...
No, into the kitchen.
Alright. I do not remember what habits Kashi had, if he were sleeping inner or if he was, bright and early, but with the input from...
He was pretty bright and early.
Yeah. So, perhaps inconspicuously. You find no sign of Kashi having invaded the sausage drawers in the kitchen. You do, however, kind of stumble into Grick preparing himself some food, tossing down like a hunk of meat to Wink, who they very quickly took a liking to. You kind of hear Soblob muttering in his sleep down in the basement still.
Good morning, everybody. How did you sleep? Well,
So yeah, just
Yeah.
Belle's not there.
that was
Yeah.
just to all. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink
Grick,
and
Grick just kind of nods at you, not being really the talkative type. He does bring over a jar of honey as well as some bread for you if you wish to give you a little bit of a thing.
Thank you. Take it. Nom, nom, nom.
So what's everyone else up to?
I feel like Shia would have probably gone
You would have gone to what?
gone down to get breakfast as well. Not too
Okay.
long after he did.
Very well.
So probably
join-
like as he's getting his food, she'll walk in.
Yeah. You meet up with Finn in the kitchen. Grick also preparing a very base, not very skillfully made sandwich with honey spread on top of it.
Good morning, Shia. How did you sleep?
Good morning. I must say it is not bad actually being in a bed for once in a very long while. So I must say I slept rather well.
Did you? I've lost the accent. Oh my god. Did you travel far before you joined us?
I would say so. I traveled all the way not only from the lands of the Leonin, which are almost a whole sea away, but I traveled in I traveled by myself, and then with some circuses, so I would say I am very well traveled.
I just can't get over how much world there is. When I left the village, when I left the forest, I thought everything was on the outskirts, and then it's just so much of it.
It's amazing, isn't it? There's so much to explore,
It is.
so much to see and do. It is actually quite wonderful, despite what this terrible, terrible place is like.
What is your home like?
It depends. Mine, I'm pretty sure, is much different than his. Slight disgust still. Mine was more of a prairie kind of. Correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm just going off of what I assume. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was more of a prairie. We lived in tents, and though most of us were pretty homebound, my family was very much the traveling type, as showmanship runs in the blood, as I guess you can say. It's quite fun. But it is also quite dry and brown. There's a lot of trees here. And I can't say I hate it. It's just overwhelming, at least at first.
There would also have been, the camaraderie and the divide between the different Leonin tribes.
Yeah. She's just going off of landscape.
Yeah, I'm just filling in things that, I don't particularly feel reasonable for you to be aware of, if that makes sense. But there are, conflicts along some of the tribes, especially those further to the west in the land of the Leonin, tend to be a bit more savage, as opposed to those to the east, which is where Shia hails from. So being a bit more sophisticated as far as Leonin goes. She would have had, a friendly kind of demeanor or relationship with the rest of the tribes, apart from the ones from the far west. Welcome, Skittles.
Hello, sorry, I've
It's all good, man.
sorted some shit out.
Yeah.
Told you. Knew it would be okay.
Everybody,
I have
just
faith.
talking around breakfast. Nothing too serious.
I think it's just Finn and Shire that are there at the
Yeah.
moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm having like issues thinking about what Krath would do, because like he wouldn't be sleeping in a bed unless he had extra cash on hand to sleep in an inn. So I feel like he'd sleep in,
Mhm.
liking the bed and all.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially since we also traveled a lot recently.
And I also had whatever experience with that was with Bell. That's pretty
Yeah, and Anthus was
And
also part
Anthus,
of
yeah.
that, if I remember. Yeah.
yeah, Anthus.
Yep. That was me.
Okay, I missed anything?
Is that why you're here for the entertaining for the dancing?
Are you talking to me?
He asks Shire.
Oh, I was gonna say.
One more time, sorry.
Is that why you're here in this city for the entertaining? You said your family were entertainers.
Yes, that is why I left them and traveled across, is to see. I must say, I'm a terribly curious person, so I left to explore. And I ended up here with a traveling troupe that Kashi had actually brought up earlier. I guess you have come across them before?
Yes, we met them just before we arrived in the city ourselves. I believe they did mention that they'd been traveling with one of your kind, but I'm not that good on the names, so I don't remember if they said that it was you or not.
It's fair enough.
Can Anthus walk
I
in at
guess
this
So-
point?
names are difficult. We do meet a lot of them.
Can Anthus come in at this point and be like,
I know Anthus was definitely interested when it was mentioned, but I'm not going to broach that subject. I guess it's something of a personal matter between you two.
Can Anthus come in at this point and be like, they didn't mention the name, but I had a feeling that we would meet at that point.
I mean, you're welcome to go for it. That'd be the funniest.
Yeah, he is. He's coming in.
Awesome.
And legitimately, as soon as they talked about a Leonin, I went, "That's Wolfie! That's Wolfie!" Which was great fun. And he comes in and goes and starts making food for whoever has not yet gotten up.
At the mention of it, Shia kind of snorts and just like casts like a semi-glare his way. Yeah, something like that. It's interesting that they brought me up, but I guess considering circumstances I don't particularly want to go into, it makes sense. There once happened to have been a larger man there that wasn't particularly the brightest of bulbs, as you might be able to say, but he was kind. Do you know if he was there?
I remember that there was
Oh Jesus!
there was
I can
someone
fill
I
it in
believe
if you
called
say.
No,
Larson,
let us figure it out first.
and then there was a Miss Leslie who said that her brother Robert was missing.
There was
And there was an
white
animal. What was the
tiger.
goddamn animal?
There was a white tiger who was called Sharon, who was
Sharon,
owned
yes.
by Laura Lynn, which was a big fuck off. There was Dinvit, who was a
Laura
big
Lynn.
fuck off orc.
Yeah, and Larson Lestrange was an elf with silver hair and pale
there
skin.
was a nice lady who brought me food called Leslie.
Miss Leslie, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a big half orc.
They
called,
did mention your name. They did. I've got it in my notes that they mentioned a name of Shire. Yeah.
Yes.
They did mention your name. They were blurting. You probably want to silence them if you don't want to have your name painted out everywhere.
The voice comes echoing through from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pots and pans. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, you probably want to silence them or something. I don't know.
It was very weird. He sort of lowers his voice. Anthus wanted the tiger to bite him. I didn't understand it now, and honestly, I don't really understand it now.
The tiger is the sweetest thing. I don't think he could bite if he wanted to. But I can see why he would want the cat to bite him. He would definitely deserve it.
Yep, that's right. Meow, that's right. No,
I understand that if it's a... Sorry, Bell.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I haven't heard Skittles this entire time except his belches. Can you go on mute when you're burping, mate?
Apologies.
You said that someone was missing?
Yes, Miss Leslie said that her brother Robert had been in Euleron's End, and they hadn't seen him for a couple of weeks, I think.
And just DM question, that was the one that went with me, right? If I remember correctly, that's... I don't remember. No.
The brother was who Leslie was looking for when you met her. And they were operating out of the warehouse where you did meet her.
Oh, right. Okay.
The one that went with you was a guard by the name of Uno Momento.
that's a great name. That is
That was
sounds
not
French.
his name. Yeah, it was not his name.
what do you mean? That's great. Now I'm disappointed. Thanks, No Go.
Wow,
No,
I'm sorry.
There will be another NPC called Uno Momento.
Yeah.
That's my second character.
Guys, it's the illusion wizard Uno Momento.
No, the one that went with me from the troop when we went into the city.
Oh, that was Dinvit.
Okay. So
Oh, he was still there.
Yeah, that was the orc that I have a picture of on the thing.
Yeah. She seems almost relieved when you say that Dimbit was there. Very, and just nods. Good.
Oh, looks like everybody else is arriving.
Yeah, everyone is
Does anyone want
conveniently
an omelette?
meeting in the kitchen at this point.
Anyone want an omelette? No. Okay.
You've got
What
pocket
did you put
bacon.
in it?
An omelet sounds great, Anthus.
Yes, very good. Take my omelette, shove it in your mouth. Yes.
So
And
You
first gone
feeling
sexual.
alright? You feeling alright today?
Oh, it's been a weird day. I do apologize.
quick note: having the tokens on the map, unless it is like a combat situation or private, like a private conversation or anything going on, the token placement on the map does not necessarily really matter. It is not where you canonically are in roleplay or anything similar.
It matters to me.
Yeah, if it matters to you, feel free to move it around. However, I have far too much to focus on other than moving 5 random NPCs around whenever they feel like doing that.
Wow.
But
I see how it is.
as you're all gathered in the kitchen, Anthus preparing food for the late arrivals, people having slept in or otherwise being delayed, you do notice the very kind of glaring
Absence of the early.
thank you, absence is the word I was looking for. The absence of Kashi. He has not arrived.
Don't worry, I'll sort this, and I'm gonna cast message.
Alright.
Kashi, we're meeting for breakfast. If you'd like to join us, you can reply to this message.
Oh, was that out loud?
Yeah, it's a spell.
Shaya's gonna like perk up and like point at him like, oh, we need to figure out how to put that into the house. Finding people in this giant place is not easy. Having like a call system would be great.
I don't know if I can do it for anybody else. It's just a spell that my teacher taught me.
And as the seconds go by, no reply from Kashi is heard. However,
He must be asleep still.
the kind of
Maybe.
desperate crawlings of claws against wood approaches the kitchen from outside of the kind of big living room as Spyro, seemingly agitated with his squeaky ball in mouth, is trying to grab everyone's attention.
Do
And you have
What's
seeing
wrong, Spyro? You need to go to the toilet. Come on, then off we go.
So as a
What's
pseudo
that?
dragon,
Billy's fallen down the well.
yeah. So as a pseudo dragon, you get the impression, like they kind of very, what is it called? Like very impressionably plant the feeling into those around it. Like give them a very, kind of brief impression of what it is he wants. And currently, you're all kind of filled with this dread of.
I do believe something is wrong.
Yeah. Dread of absence.
Maybe we should
Of
go and
urgency.
follow him.
All right then. Off we go.
He just kind of slinks away, and as he's running, like the kind of thuds against the wooden floor makes him bite down on the ball, so you just hear like as he's dashing through the house towards Kashi's quarters.
He's adorable.
When you arrive, Kashi, was the door, your private door, locked from the inside? This one, the one that leads into the rest of the manor.
I think it would have been.
Yeah, so it is still locked, but Spyro kind of slinks in under the gap at the bottom, and you hear the intense squeaking of the ball from the other side, having followed him here.
I want to cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic, and you feel a couple of magical auras from within Kashi's quarters, but you recognize as all of them to be, his weapons and equipment, similar affections like that. Outside of that, there's, nothing alien.
I'm
Or
getting
similar.
something still in there, so I think he's in there.
Shaya's gonna knock and try the door handle.
It is
See if
locked.
it's... Okay.
No reply to the knock. Not as much as a shuffle. You just kind of hear the clattering of the Spyro's small claws against the floorboards.
Can I try to kick it open?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make me a. Just make me an attack roll, I guess. First roll of the session. Hell yeah. Well, it's a fucking door. It breaks inwards, swinging open, and revealing the scene, which is very evident that there has been signs of struggle. There is, like the bedding of the bed is all over the floor. There is crushed glass from the, in onto the floor as well, signifying that the window was crushed from the outside in. Of Kashi, there is no other trace than the kind of big struggle that has taken place. His personal effects and equipment, everything else, still there.
Is there any sign of blood?
No.
This doesn't look good.
Shaya, you're in the room next to him.
I did not hear anything, if that is what you were going to ask. I blame the bed. I haven't slept in a bed in a while, so I'm going to blame that.
I'm going to start setting out like flowers and stones in a circle and begin casting sending.
Okay.
And I'm going to just say, Kashi, are you? That's 3. Are you?
Are you? That's 3 is 5.
Okay. We're worried. Tell us where you are if you can. I
What
made
exactly
you
does
an
this-
omelette.
That's
Bye.
very
There we go.
Again,
Could you
You can
put
respond.
sending in chat?
Yeah, you can respond with 25 words, and it can be over the plains of any distance. So long as you're alive, I'm fucking getting to you.
So real quick, in order to reply to a sending, is it like message where you have to speak the words, or is it all mentally taking place mentally?
The creature hears the message in its mind and can answer in a like-minded manner, so it responds in its mind. I just verbalize it with my head, so it's mind to mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rather assume you said that as long as he's alive. But what if he's completely unconscious?
Probably not. If somebody's unconscious.
Probably not. To be fair, even if you're dead, you can still respond because it's over any plane of existence, including the plane of death. So just to let you know.
But I'm thinking that currently he's most likely unconscious.
What? Over 8 hours? Did he wake up and then they beat the shit out of him again? Come on, nah.
He wasn't unconscious when they left.
Nah.
He got put unconscious later.
Yeah.
Probably drugged as well.
drugs can do it.
Yeah. At the you feel that the message went through, but you're not receiving a reply.
I guess I'll have to try in like 4 hours and see if I can get through when he's awake.
Yeah.
Grr.
I would like the most perceptive out of all of you to please make me perception checks.
Who's the most
Am I perceptive?
It's me. It's me.
I'd say anyone with a passive perception above. What is yours, Anthus, actually?
16. So I'd probably see it before even needing to roll, let's be fair. We're talking about the window, right?
The what?
The window, right?
Well, no. That is a little bit too obvious, seeing as it is literally a smashed in.
Yeah.
That is not what I am referring to. I would like anyone with a passive perception of 14 and above to please make me a perception check.
That's not
Not
me.
I. Belle isn't there.
So it's just me.
Belle didn't follow us. Oh, I guess.
No.
Still in the
Okay.
pit.
You do hear the kind of... Oh, and Vago as well, yeah. So Vago and Anthus, you're both kind of taking the scene in, and as you kind of walk up to the window, kind of examining, looking that there is no, glass shatter or anything on the outside, it was very clearly broken into rather than Kashi breaking out of the room itself. You do hear from the north where you had gone forward, or kind of ventured forth in order to kind of hunt down the forest folk, which Grick and the others had warned you of weeks prior. You do hear this kind of unrest, as there are seemingly birds and animals that are evading some form of creature approaching.
Look that way. Points.
Alright.
Points. Look over there.
Alright. So you're exiting the manor with Vago at your side, I take it, seeing as you both noticed the sound.
Sure.
Uh,
Let's do that. That feels like the less suicide. They're all suicidal ways. We're
In
gonna
the
Moving
meantime, I'm gonna go and find everybody and just fill them all in.
Okay.
That Kashi is gone and something seems to have happened.
Yeah.
Just so everybody's
So-
up to speed.
So, Anthus and Vago, as you're kind of heading past the, what happened to the music? Did it run out? I think it ran out. I'll find it. But as you're walking past the birdhouses that Anthus had crafted previous, setting them up and, you know, the kind of spreading of bird feed, you're heading towards some calm exploration music if you can. You head into the forests, the beginning of the forest leading north towards Mount Monolith. And there appears to be a humanoid figure approaching you guys.
No,
He doesn't
solicitors.
seem too aware of where he is or what he's doing there. Kind of just walking, looking around, and you guys
I prepare
are
my
currently
most aggressive
unseen.
spells.
Oh yeah, because you have those.
Which means, hello, you alright?
Never heard that spell before.
I cast greeting.
I cast
Yeah, I
greetings.
cast greeting in true
My
court
eyes on
manner.
you, eyes. I got
Yeah.
my eyes on you.
In true
eyes.
court manner, the casting of greeting is successful. As well, Ace, how do you?
What?
How
I'm
do you
so surprised.
I know, right? What?
You kind of you hear this greeting being shouted out towards you. You quickly locate two humanoid figures in the foliage, not seeming to be hostile. One of them standing up and kind of just wildly waving at you, kind of rugged, feline creature. What do
Kinda
they?
like a
What do they see approaching as you're making your way over towards the two creatures?
First, within the foliage, there's a shadowy silhouette. So you see he's very waving back with lots of energy, and he appears to approaching you rapidly when he suddenly disappears as he stumbled over some roots and fell on his ass.
Oh yes.
He just gets out of the bushes, and you can see a very tall human male, almost 7 feet.
Shit.
Very big buff muscles,
So that's why he's tripping.
but
because he's got-
his equipment is seemingly years old. It's very dirty, tears in certain places. Looks like he's been just living in the wild for years. And he just approaches you, the both of you, say, "Hi, can I borrow a cup of sugar?" Wait, no, sorry, not speaking people long time. Hi, I'm Dorian Croft. Pleased to make your antiques acquaintance.
Dorian Croft.
I love him.
I could probably
Amazing.
get you some sugar. Are you okay? Have you been hit on the head recently? Do you need medical attention?
No, I don't think so. But then again, I don't remember most of what happened these past years.
Diego, they seem a bit confused.
I'm not Diego. Who are you talking to?
My friend here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no. Well, I know we're the RSPCA, but do we really have to pick up everybody on our journey?
Oh, you're the RSPCA. You work for the government. Who's in charge?
What?
What? No.
Solicitor.
Stop.
I love you.
Help. Skittles, help me. Hi. Are you? Do you need sugar? Come. Have you seen
Yeah, yeah.
anyone go that way? And I point behind them.
He just turns around. But I can't see anyone.
No. No.
Who are you?
Dorian
Yeah,
Croft.
we can.
Didn't
hear
I
you now.
introduce myself? I seem to think I did. Or did I?
Why are you here?
I remembered. And he just gets a very serious expression. Who's the king?
Emperor. But yes.
That's what he says.
Okay.
Are you a member of Drewbeg's army?
Hearing the name, he looks seethingly angry.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Which is good.
Damn right it's a no. I was supposed to prevent it. But and it trails off, seeming to live in the past for a moment.
Anthus turns to Jaeger/Vega and just says, "Looks like they're going to divulge their entire backstory. I think we can learn something, but I'm worried that we're losing Kashi here, and they were very.
We need to find Kashi.
I think so.
It's not about this fella.
Well, have a good day. Take care."
Wow, that was the very most un-Anthus thing ever.
All right, I'm saying he wants to look after his friend. Oh, the gods, they want me to do one thing and I want to do the other. Is this a test? Are you busy at the moment? And I look at Ace's new character. Are you busy at the moment?
He sort of looks at his equipment around her. Well, I need to dethrone the king. Other than that, I don't have much to do today.
Okay, so we're looking for a friend. If you wouldn't mind tagging along, maybe we'll help you dethrone the king. Who knows?
You seem unusual. Most people wait to die before they respawn.
Dorian just looks at you with the blankest expressions you've ever seen on another man.
Oh man.
Is Kashi dead?
I fucking hope not. I do not swear. By the gods, I hope that Kashi is never dead.
From sending the sending spell earlier, you get the direct impression that it was received on the material realm. For all intents and purposes.
With that in mind, I know that they're not dead, which means we're yet to find them. Which is dire. It must be the first quest that we complete now from now on. I must see Kashi again.
Maybe this, what's his face?
I should.
Where's my mouse?
Unsure.
Maybe this, Dorian Croft killed Kashi.
I think so.
I mean,
Did you kill our friend?
I've not killed anything other than small animals.
Insight check. Where's that button? Ka-chow.
Please fail. Oh,
Oh, wow.
He is telling you the truth.
How could you slay small animals? They are just living in their peaceful ways. Do you not know the teachings of peace?
You're a giant lion. Just saying.
I'm a vegetarian lion.
I'm gonna go a bit out of the weird here. I think Kashi didn't like you, Anthus.
Oh, break his heart. Oh, break his heart.
I think he left
Please
because
fail.
he hated you. I think he left because he hated you.
Jesus fuck.
Yes.
Plus
I just don't want to be on a wild goose chase for a fucking character that's no longer existing.
Oh, you're doing the right thing.
But he is technically existing.
Yeah, it's not here. Anthus, I believe that Kashi hated you, and he left because I'm
Just
really,
like
I'm really sorry, but I think that he told me once that he really disliked you.
Jesus, what's with this 20 phrase?
Anthus is gonna start to walk away.
Yeah, I just
Don't worry, I still like you.
Deception.
sort of failed to interject as
Don't worry,
Anthus,
I still like you.
as Anthus said, how could you? Emma, can someone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wasn't sure I had accidentally muted myself. But as Anthus said, how can you kill small animals? Dorian's stomach's just gonna growl. It's gonna point like that. I was hungry.
Anthus is just gonna walk home.
I mean, aren't you out front?
I don't go into the house, and contrary to standard Anthus, he's going to go into the spare room and close it.
I need to go see Beretta. Just saying.
Is he the friend you lost?
I don't know who you are, and I think you're a bit weird talking to me. I will introduce you to my friends, and they can make friends with you, but you're just strange.
Yeah, that checks out.
You have no
So-
apples and no trees. You are strange.
After having had the idea that Kashi's departure from the Mountainside Manor possibly being your fault, Anthus, you quickly kind of rationalize that that is in fact not the case.
No! Let me
Leading-
up here! Let me up here!
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
No, I'm just
leading-
carry on.
So having kind of preemptively returned Anthus to the house, informing no one else of your findings, Vago and Dorian, you guys are making your way back towards the manor, I take it? Introducing... Yeah. So, you see your, kind of well-acquainted, although mysterious friend Vago returning... Well, yeah, Vago. Returning with a man you have not seen before.
As we're walking back, Vago would say to Dorian, "It will cost you 2 gold a week to stay here. This is somewhat of a refuge for lost travelers, and you could be our first client."
He just hands 2 gold over, no questions.
Thank you very much.
What are you doing? Who is
As we get back, I will just straight up hand shy 2 gold and be like, "This is our first client. He's coming to live here."
She like looks at the
Angela
gold.
waves
and,
from
looks
waves.
She takes the gold and looks at it before looking the newcomer up and down. I mean, we do, I guess, have a room for now. For now being the...
Kashi left
Sure.
because he hated Amphis.
You know, that makes sense. He is a hateable man.
This guy needs somewhere to stay. He's paying 2 gold a week to stay here.
Okay, well, we need to clean up glass in your room and probably get the timber saws on fixing the window, but you are welcome to the room next to mine. I am Shia, by the way. Who are you?
Oh, thank you. Dorian Croft.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
He's a bit strange, but he pays up front.
I mean, all of us are strange. I am a giant walking cat. How more strange can it get?
You're a cat.
Uh,
I thought you were a
Shia, like-
leonin.
Shia like looks at him and blinks, and so her confusion at first stemmed from the "you're a cat" thing, and then grew even more when he realized when she learned, like when he said that, because she realized he knew what she was, because she was so used to getting asked what she was. I mean, technically you're correct. I am a Leonin. How did you know that?
There's another one here right out front. Nice fella. Offered me sugar.
Yes. He's okay.
Okay. So at
She-
this point,
she's like speechless at this point. She's like, I have no idea how to go about this, but sure.
getting closer and closer towards noon, you do kind of hear the very familiar sound of the timber saws pulling up with the rest of their work. The kind of sound of the horse. Fuck, what is it called?
Horse-drawn
Please
carriage
help me.
wagon.
Carriage, thank you. Yeah, like the cart pulling up outside, you hear, like the kind of lovingly banter between the two, and they just kind of get to work.
Speaking
Shortly thereafter, having not been, given the chance to intercept, Darren kind of hastily makes his way into the living room where most of all of you are gathered, and uh, there's something happened with Kashi's room, guys.
Yes, we know. Apparently he did not like our other Leonin for understandable reasons, so he left.
We still like him. We're still friends of Amphis, but I think he scared him away.
Dorian just chimes in. Hi, I'm the new guy.
Hi, new guy. You guys are fucking weird. I love you guys, but is there something we should know that is going on here?
I think Dorian's on drugs, but this is neither here nor there. Your job is to repair this house, not to ask questions.
Understood. The additional repairs will cost extra.
Anything that needs to be done in Kashi's room, Dorian will cover the costs.
Let's not be hasty with that, but yes.
You work that out, the details between of you. I will just add it to the credit. And he very quickly kind of gives each of you a polite kind of nod and departs. And then you hear as he opens the front door, guys, you got visitors.
Again? We are popular today. I'll go out front.
Okay. So as you approach the door, you do see Darren kind of just making his way out further back towards the horse cart with all the tools and materials necessary to perform their ongoing work on the house. Instead,
I was muted. I walked with Shia to the front door.
Okay. Yeah. So, you are both, Shia and Krath, greeted with a picture, with the the presence of an older lady, human, I'd say somewhere in her 60s, bit of wrinkles and crow's feet, kind of adorning her skin, and she has kind of like a shawl wrapped around her head and kind of a little bit of a hunchback, looking towards both of you. And as you both kind of come into vision, she narrows her eyes at you, Krath, and then, hello.
Hi. Who are you?
Names can be saved for a different time.
That's
Can
not-
I come in?
I don't know who you are. So, aside from us picking up random people, I'm gonna have to say no. Who are you?
As much as I understand your suspicions, and to some degree can even understand them, I must insist
It's just
that
an old
you
lady,
let me
Shia. Just let her
inside.
in.
You know, I would love to assume that is the case, but if anything has taught me anything, is a lady and old do not go together without being suspicious.
If you wish to search me, you're free to do so.
That's
I
even.
come bearing no harm or ill intent towards you.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
What natural?
Krath won't because he
Wow.
believes her.
Oh. She is truthful to the degree that she does not yet mean any harm to you guys, nor does she have any malicious intent with wanting to come inside.
So
You
that would
do
mean
get-
that she's capable.
You do get the impression that she is most definitely not being entirely truthful when it comes to, like the way she's kind of wording herself. She's trying to. It becomes very apparent to you that she's trying to act more harmless than she is.
Yeah,
But,
she's gonna. Whoop.
but there is nothing that gives you the idea that she is there to, burn the house down, kill you guys, or anything else. She is a little bit like fish out of water or a cornered animal in her own right. That is the impression you get. With a nat fucking 12.
Yeah, she's gonna like blink and like narrow her eyes before I don't think you're fully telling the truth. So how about we do this? I will go get the others and we can talk right here on the doorstep because I do not want you in my house. It
If
might
you,
not be the most put together, but it is still home.
I'm afraid that I may be a vampire. I
You must-
assure you that is not the case.
Oh, from the
She-
Empire? Is that what you said?
She asked if you suspect her to be a vampire. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I did hear you right, but I'm like, no, he probably said Empire. Okay, no, I did hear you right.
I assure you that if I wish to pass over your threshold, I could do so without your explicit, what is it called? Explicit consent. Yeah.
Oh God, we are going to die.
Huzzah.
Again. we
I
need
will
one-
comply with your wishes. As she kind of backs off a little bit and sits down on the kind of withering wooden benches outside of the main entry into Mountainside Manor, awaiting you to bring the others, as it were.
I'll go get them, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh.
Shaya's gonna nod. We really need one of those sending things. This place is utterly too big.
They should mostly still be in the kitchen, I suppose. I hope.
Well,
I'm gonna go into the kitchen. Where are people?
Yep. You bring everyone. Is Dorian also being included into the into the fold?
I imagine he just follows.
And
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, unless explicitly told not to, we will just join you guys.
Yeah.
When Finn sees Anthus, he says, "Did you find Kashi?"
And this just sort of looks to the ground and just says no.
Oh.
Well, we don't know how long he's gone, so I suppose we should start heading out after him.
Maybe.
What's going on? Why are we being...
No, it's fine. We should.
Has somebody server muted skills?
Nope.
He's
Well,
frozen.
he is server muted though.
Oh yeah, he is server muted. Damn.
Why is
Hello?
he served?
Hello?
I think the
Hello.
burps, perhaps. Not sure.
I muted myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're all kind of being brought to the outside where you see this elderly woman kind of just resting to one side and... let's see. Bell, Finn, and Vago. Make
Yeah.
me an investigation check, please.
I don't think Bella's out there yet because no one has noticed the fact that she isn't there.
Oh, she's still not. Okay.
Has anybody been to see
Yeah.
Belle in their room?
Not yet,
Apologies
no.
for that oversight, guys.
That's all right. It was more the fact I was just enjoying listening to other people's roleplay. I mean, I can.
I would like to think that after he asked people out, I would have asked, "Wait, where's Belle?" Before we.
Oh
we
no,
just
we've not
rolled it
lost
back.
another one, have we?
Maybe she's just sleeping in, and I'll go and. knock
Belle,
on
can you
her-
hear us?
Maybe
You can
Sure.
reply to this
Like,
message.
Oh,
She
the
eyes
fucking
her.
message thing. Could just go check on her room first, Finn.
He's already done it.
Ah.
He's got a new toy.
Yeah.
Wait, did
That's
they cost like a soul
revolutionary.
Nah,
That's
okay.
the revolutionary
Okay.
noise. I'm fine. Is it morning?
cast
Is
it again. Yes. Kashi's gone missing.
Missing, or just don't know where he is missing.
Cast it again. Someone broke into his room from the outside and left, and all his gear is still here. I think somebody's taken him. You can reply to this message.
You can reply to this message.
One can never get any peace. I'll be right out.
Okay.
And sort of none of you would see it, so she joins you outside.
Yeah.
Fine.
If you wish to roleplay it, you can do so. That is one of the reasons why all dream sequences and everything else takes place in a public forum, is so that everyone still gets to partake in it without it being relevant to their characters.
Okay. So
Everything. So if you wish, you can do so.
yeah, that's fine. Just it won't take too long. So having had this buzz in the head for a couple of seconds, having a conversation with apparently nobody, the sort of vision comes back to what they were doing, and there's the book floating in front of her being held by the unseen servant, just the book that Vago gave me yesterday. I close it and sort of put my feet onto the floor, having been sort of floating in position in front of this book, kind of reading it for as long as I have. I look down at myself.
I can still hear you.
And I'm fully dressed in my new outfit, and I sort of take a glance in the mirror and sort of looking, so getting no bandages for once, but put my hood up and begin to leave the room, grab my belongings and grab the spell book, sort of put that with me, and then just sort of clap my hands and dismiss the servant, and then begin to join you outside.
All right. So you're met with Krath, kind of heading towards your door as you exit the room.
Oh, great, you're up. Am I noticing that she's looking sleep deprived? Assuming she read the book all night.
Well, first of all, are you sleep deprived?
I am not.
Oh, I thought she was reading the book all night.
I may have been.
Oh.
But the look is more of that she's just been interrupted. Perhaps, not pissed off, but right, I'm here. I know we said we'd all stay together. What happened to our furry friend? And
I don't know.
who
it
is
seems
this
like
incredibly
someone-
tall fellow?
Oh, we're outside. Okay.
Wait, what's going on? Outside? What?
Is the plan to go and find Kashi, or
We've got a
what are we
vampire
doing?
at our door.
Oh,
You've
She's
got
no
an
vampire.
harmless old lady at the front door who wants to speak to us.
And Shia doesn't like her.
And Shia already doesn't like her.
Is she a Leonin?
No, she's human.
What do you
Ah.
need?
Appears to be. I'd imagine we
So-
were talking about this inside before going out, because talking behind her back, right in front of her face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine this scene at the moment. Is this Krath and Bell outside her room?
I thought it was first.
Yeah, in like the
Krath
hallway,
going
head
down
on their
just
way
as he
out.
comes out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just the
Okay.
two of them. Okay, I got it.
So as you all reconvene on the doorsteps outside of the Mountainside Manor main entrance, I would like Bell, Finn, and Vago to make me investigation check, please.
22.
Let's go.
I don't think it's something that Finn would do.
No, it is something subliminal. It's not something that is in your control.
17.
So
-1.
everyone, apart from Vago, are able to sense a kind of faltering attempt of hiding her true appearance. As you kind of lay eyes on this woman, you do realize that she is altering her appearance by magical means. Do with that knowledge as you will, as she looks up towards all of you having congregated. Oh, some familiar faces. How are we feeling?
That's a nice illusion. I'm gonna go up and start examining it closer, fascinated by the spell.
You're nice. And then she looks to Kashi, sorry, not Kashi, Krath again. A little bit of a lingering gaze before she shifts her eyes over to Vago. Vago, are you in Jax or Vago's form as of this
Vago.
moment? Very well. Did not expect to see you here.
And who, may I ask, are you?
Fuck are you?
She brings out,
Who the fuck is this guy?
well, if you had a bit of a... I suppose you wouldn't recognize me as I am now, but perhaps this will help you remember a little bit as she kind of lifts up her robes, reaching her hands in, and pulls out a deck of cards that she fans out in front of you, and then starts waving it kind of as to fan herself a little bit. Maybe this will give you a little bit of...
Okay. Okay.
Ah, fancy seeing you here.
Yes, fancy. I must thank you for sending the Morning Star's forces on a false trail. However, we must discuss. We have matters to discuss, rather. Can I
You have matters
please
to
come
discuss.
inside? I do.
This
Hey.
this may be matters between us, but this residence belongs to me and my friends. It's not my decision to allow you across the threshold. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss in front of them.
Yes. However, not out here.
And Vega will just nod to those guys and be like, you lot decide.
I'm sorry, our friend is missing, and the longer we spend not looking for him, the further away he gets.
We can find Kashi at another point. This is a pressing matter.
I think Kashi being missing is pretty pressing.
You,
Ah, fuck.
well,
You
as
want
pressing
something to say,
matter as
Krath?
a
I don't know. I kind of wanted to convey to Finn somehow without telling her straight up that this is a Shadow Song. If she has business with us, I feel like we should hear it out. Shadow Song was the name of the clan, right? Or house?
the organization, yes.
Yeah.
The Shadow Song Company.
What was her name again? Sorry, just for my
Ariana Shadow Song.
Ariana. That's all.
I guess I'm just gonna say it straight out because that's technically one of my character's flaws. Yeah, this is Ariana's Shadow Song. I think we should hear her out since she's reaching out. We will go and get Kashi as soon as possible, but this could be important.
I'm okay with this.
Come in, Ariana.
Thank you. And she kind of, with a kind of letting the illusion fall of her being elderly and decrepit, she kind of stands up, still looking like she's in her 60s, but with a newfound kind of spring in her step, starts walking up the stairs and into the manor and looking around.
An old woman walking like she's 20.
Yeah, basically. Upon entering the threshold, having not been given explicit consent other than that she can, kind of come in. It's not like, oh, you're welcome to enter or anything like that. For the purposes of you with the knowledge of vampires, she's not a vampire. She entered without the kind of required explicit consent in order to tread over your, threshold into your home.
Oh right,
also
that
like
thing. It's a
daylight.
thing in D&D. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's also like day.
Yeah. It is also day with, the sun above, but
I would like to make
in
a
my
note.
yeah.
I'm just wanting to make a note that Shia didn't think she was a vampire. She just didn't want her in the house.
Mhm.
So, without being rude, Ariana, what do you want?
And at this point she does let the the entire illusion fall, seeing that she is now in one way or another sheltered within the walls of the mountainside manor's walls. So I'm gonna ping you the token for her if you wish to save for any form of note-taking purposes or anything like that. I don't remember how well, if at all, I introduced her before, so I'll be going over that real quick as well as soon as I fucking find her in my notes.
I kind of saw her watched her from a distance. I didn't overly even get an introduction.
No,
So-
I was meaning when you guys went to the Gilded Rose, the first.
Oh
time.
yeah.
I think
You
she was
gave
just
us a
outside.
brief overview. Yeah.
I really need to clean out my notes at some point. But in front of you stands a relatively tall elf, standing 193 centimeters tall. Looks to be in, like the 60 to 70 kilograms range. Green eyes, brown hair, lithe skin. A little bit of a playful, kind of quirky smile on her lips at all times, even as she's, away in your domain at this point, constantly shuffling and fiddling with her cards as she is kind of looking towards you before she speaks. Yes, it is quite relieving to let that fall. You have very sharp eyes, and
I
she looks
assume-
to Finn and Krath.
I assume you're being hunted.
Yes,
Oh wait,
and that
Krath,
is
Krath didn't know. Fuck.
huh?
Krath
No,
didn't
like
know because the others didn't tell.
it is perfectly fine that you would have known because of just the cards alone, given your backstory. It's fine.
The cards. Yeah, true.
So passively, Shilly has kind of let go of the cards, the deck of cards, as they start to kind of like circle around her arms and just generally, magically hovering around her in ways and kind of following her motions as she begins to speak. Yes.
Ah, yes, another magic use.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Many talents can be profitable. Cards, probably the most of them along the slums of the Duckcommon district. But yes, I am being hunted, and unfortunately I have you guys to thank for it. Do you have
Don't thank
anywhere we
us.
can... Well, I had no intent.
Wait, what did Vego say? I didn't hear.
Don't thank us.
Oh,
The fact of the matter is that whatever you got yourself tied up in has nothing to do with us.
Oh, on the contrary, it has everything to do with one of your party.
Oh boy, what did you do now, Anthus?
Well, kind of standing in the entryway of the Mountainside Manor. Do you have something to drink? I could definitely use a sit down and a good alcoholic beverage poured down my throat.
We don't have any alcohol right now.
Do you mistake us for a tavern?
we're
Well-
currently renovating the house as well, so no place to sit.
This isn't the time for merriment and discussion. This is a time of getting to the point. You
Very
wouldn't be coming to our house if you didn't have something to say, so spill it.
Very well. Who is this man? And she points directly at Krath. What is your name?
Krath.
And what is your dealings with the war-torn?
Wait, can I just ask something out of character? What was the
Yep.
guy's manor that I robbed?
Sanj Forseal.
Can I just interrupt him and be like, what's your name? What's your dealings with Sanj Forseal?
Well, my name is pretty much known by everyone within the common districts. My name is Ariana Shadowsong. I am the entrepreneur responsible for the Shadowsong company. I'm sure you've heard of it one way or another. You know, the Shadowsong company dealing with anything from illegal gambling dens to legal gambling dens to kind of just, you know, tossing dice at a corner in a very kind of wish-wash kind of reliable way to spend money in hopes of getting richer. But, you know, generally anyone that is... What was it I said the last time? It was like basically anyone that is allergic to honest work has a place in the Shadowsong company.
Yeah.
So, you know, vagrants, scammers,
Scumbags.
yeah, scumbags. Like, they're, you know, very roguish. They're essentially the criminal underground of the with a kind of legitimate face outwards of the Eulorons and...
And your dealings with Sanj?
Bit above your pay grade, I believe, but... First, I will indulge you, I will answer, but first, how do you know of my dealings with Sanj?
Excuse me, I'm asking the questions. You come in my house and ask my friends questions that are a bit above your pay grade. You
Well-
want to know answers, you answer my questions.
Very well. I expect to know how you came into the knowledge of my dealings with Mr. Fourth Seal. But you are correct. I am in your house, and I do owe you the answers. And because the DM is a retard, I forgot what your question was. What her dealings with Sanj was?
Yeah.
Okay. I find him targets, if you so wish. People he could employ that nobody would miss should they not return from their employment. It's a nasty bit of work, but profitable no less. Also puts me in the good faith of the upper echelons of Drubeg's henchmen.
Now I've done many a favor for many a bad person, but never once have I serenaded them with my piano playing ability. Tell me more about your relationship.
His just to clarify, it was Sanj himself playing the piano when you were in his manor.
Oh, was it?
Not,
My bad.
not her. Yeah,
I
it's
thought she was sat at the piano playing him a song.
no,
My bad.
it's okay. Well, he does like his music, only his own. But that is the extent of my loyalty to him. I am but a proprietor of goods that he is in need of.
Now, I have to make you aware of the fact that it's within Craft's right to refuse to answer your questions.
I haven't even spoken up yet.
So, don't expect a straight answer if you're not going to shoot straight with your questions.
I come here hoping for a mutually beneficial deal to be made. See, Krath's dealings with the War-Torn has in turn came to hinder me and mine, our way of handling business. I'm sure you might have noticed the, presence of guards at the Gilded Rose Tavern, which we are known to operate out of. Even did me a favor by sending them straight to Sanj.
I mean, don't give me all the credit. If you have questions for Kraft, ask him yourself.
Yes. Krath, what is your dealings with the War-Torn?
I do work for them to pay off a
I'm-
debt, I suppose.
You're not working for them, are you? I thought that you are.
That's not. God damn it. Yeah, I do work for them to pay off a debt. That's about all I'm willing to tell.
Understand? However, your presence within the Gilded Rose drew the attention of War-Torn sympathizers within the city. It seems that the good old Tom seems worried that you are seeking our employment in order to find a way to dig yourself out under their thumb. Ridiculous accusations, as I have never met you before in my life. However, that misunderstanding led to a bigger one, as War-Torn, well connected within the circles of Euleron's End, made sure to complicate and effectively paralyze my business. Surely you can see why I would like to find a mutually beneficial solution to this as opposed to just...
Okay, fair enough. I didn't possibly think about the fact that moving into other people's territory, I suppose, would endanger your business or myself. That's kind of bad, I guess.
I do not blame you.
I'm not exactly working for them because I want to. As you, yeah. That
I
was
learned.
conveyed by, yeah.
Why have you not killed War-Torn? Vego Loska, Ariana.
If it was
Well,
that easy.
previous to now, he's made no attempts of obstructing my way of dealings or business within the city walls, but now the game's rules are changed. And my indirect involvement with Mr. Krath here has made further business impossible until the War-Torns are dealt with.
Well, you're very well connected. Why don't you kill them yourself?
I may be well connected, but so are the War-Torns. You do not know who owes who what within the city. But I do know one thing. You're all newcomers, with minimal connections within the city walls, and from what I can tell, by a sheer stroke of luck, came across this mansion. So with all due respect, I'm asking for your continued cooperation in dealing with the war-torn.
What do you want from us?
Well, first of all, I'd like to establish a connection of trust. You know who I am, you know what I deal with. I know nothing about you or how reliable you may be under pressure.
With all due respect,
As he heard the under pressure, Dorn is gonna like winch a little. Like,
with all due respect, your reputation precedes you. You may have somewhat of a name for yourself, but we don't know you. We know your name. What do you want from us?
I would like a business proposal. You do work for me, and ultimately we will bring the war-torn to their heel. And if they kneel, they could remain within the Euleron's End, and if not, I'm sure we can find a shallow grave somewhere fit for all of them.
And how would me working with you make the situation worse?
Well, they're already convinced that I am affiliated with you in order to dig you out of your debt. Might as well make that a reality, seeing as my business is lame-struck.
What's in it for us?
My freedom, first of all.
And Vega will look at Kraft as if to say, stop giving them ammo.
She already knows. Already knows I'm under their thumb. She said so.
Vega won't say anything to Kraft. She'll just look at him as if to say, you're speaking too much. What's in it for us?
Well, I hold no illusion of you guys doing this out of, the corners of your friendly intentions. If we are to deal with the war-torn, we are obviously going to take quite a bit of their fortunes down with them. I am in no such need. And by the end of it all, should we pull the strings correctly, you could take their place within the hierarchy of noble houses within Euleron's End. However, that would also heavily depend on your further compliance and cooperation in working with me.
What do you want? Apart from the head of Mr. Wartorn.
I wish to establish trust between our two groups, the 7 of you and the numberless of the Shadowsong Company. Ultimately resulting in the elevation of your rank and in the rank and prestige that comes with holding a noble title within the Euleron Empire. If you wish to hold no such title, so be it. I am not forcing it. But the opportunity is there. In order to build this trust, I would need you to carry out jobs for me. Working yourself up. Being able to follow orders and comply in order to get the desired results. This will culminate into the fall of the war. That I can promise you. And she looks between all of you present.
So apart from Kraft's freedom, which is obviously valuable to him, what have you got to offer the rest of us? Name and prestige in the noble district isn't exactly a problem, considering we live here, and we have somewhat a positive reputation. We are a team, as you say, 7, as you so kindly reminded us. So, what's going to benefit the others?
Well, I forfeit any right to any of the riches that the War-Torn has, giving you anything you wish to take from their estate, name, and business.
Should
I
we be
simply
killing?
wish- Sorry, what was that?
Should we be killing the War-Torn? We'd have right to everything he owns anyway. That doesn't seem like much of a fair deal.
Well,
Should
but it
we-
is. Working under
What?
my contract gives me the right to the riches.
Whether or not you contracted us to kill him, if we kill him, we take what we want. What exactly are you offering? Because we could decide to kill Mr. War-Torn ourselves and take all of his spoils for our own.
Well, if
The
you
only
so wish to do
benefit-
so.
The only benefit I see is that your enemy is out of the picture. And I don't understand how that is our benefit.
Well, if you were to deal with the War-Torns without my involvement, it's also much better for me. However, I feel like I have the means, connections, and the tools in order to make it happen. Tools that you lack.
Then why don't you use them yourself? I'm confused as to why we have to be the ones to do it. Yes, Krath's freedom is important, but assuming you kill him, he would be free regardless.
There is the simple solution of me killing Krath, having him killed. But that would also put a bad name onto the Shadow Song Company.
I don't know. You are threatening, and I promise I do not handle threats well. And I'm pretty sure my companions are the same way.
I can't really tell what benefit we get from carrying out this dirty deed for you. You've got the guards looking for you at all angles, presumably at the hands of the War-Torn. The only one to benefit from this arrangement is you.
And I would repay that kindness in your assistance greatly.
We want 30% of all income from the Shadow Song Company for the next year. You can't operate with War-Torn hanging over your head. You've got, as of current situations, 0 income for the next year. We take care of your problem. We want 30% for 1 year.
And the War-Torn riches, you wish to claim that for yourself as well in the process?
We'll take 30% of it. It comes as part of the deal.
You're bold. I can respect that.
And you're against the ropes.
As a matter of speaking, perhaps. It wouldn't be the first time. 30% of the War-Torn riches in the process of taking them down, as well as 30% of the profits made from the Shadow Song Company in exchange for your services. Is that correct?
Yes.
You got yourself a deal. And she kind of just reaches her hand out towards you.
That includes 30% of all knowledge you currently possess.
30%
We need
of the
intel.
knowledge that I possess about what?
Well, we need intel. You know more about the war torrents than we do.
I'd assume we'd get that intel in the process of trying to bring them down. Otherwise, we probably couldn't.
Well, this is
I will interject here and say I do not fully agree with this whole thing, but I would like to say that if we were to do this, you are also to leave Krath alone.
Of course.
we'd be freeing Craft by agreeing to kill Wartime.
Me, myself, my associates, anyone affiliated with the Shadow Sun Company or otherwise, will leave your friend Krath alone, unscathed and alive. Should he suffer any injuries, it will not be by my word or hand, direct or indirect. That's sufficient enough?
Shaya's gonna look at Krath and see if he's okay with this. It's your life we are playing with. What do you get the most say in all of this? What do you have to say?
I just want to be free. I don't really care about Stasher in this city. I kind of just want to leave the city and explore.
Honestly, same. But
So much of the world I haven't seen yet.
And what of the others? So far, the majority of our conversation has been taking place between 3 out of 7. What of you? Looks to Bell, and you, Dorian. You, kind, gentle giant, towards Finn. And finally, and of course
Depressed
you,
Ampus.
the broken one. What say you in all of this?
I've been having a little bit of a problem following this conversation. I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested in killing anybody or taking any position in this city. I didn't even want this house, and now I've got it. I'm looking for my teacher, and that doesn't help me.
In
Freeing
character, I think.
Krath is something that I would like to do because I like Krath. He's become a friend of mine, as is Kashi.
two of which we need to go and find. So we need to wrap this up quickly.
Yes.
Well,
There's every possibility that Mr. Wartorn has taken Kashi.
Well, we'll find that when we follow
Fucking
the track.
23 again.
What the fuck?
All the 23s.
All the 23s.
Well, when we follow his tracks, we'll see if that's true.
of course, should you wish to enter this deal, I am more than happy to share any and all contacts I might have in order to set you on the correct path in the efforts of finding your friend Kashi, as well as
I mean, you are
anything else.
yes, since you know the correct path and all that.
Well, we would be partners after all. What are partners if not people you can rely on to help you out in your times of need?
Finn just sort of looks at the others that haven't spoken up yet. He
And
said
is
his
Bell there yet or no?
I mean, yeah, the look, we've already had our fair share of unsavory characters, and you just welcomed one into a, well, not necessarily welcomed, but such is life, into our house, and are now discussing deposing the leader of, and I've not even had breakfast. I mean,
Here you
this
go.
is-
There's an omelette.
thank you for the nom nom nomlet. This is Krath. This ultimately lies with you. Do you foresee another way to get your life back? Is this something that you wish to take this merry band of adventurers towards?
I feel like this would at least make the process a bit faster than me freeing myself.
To be indebted to
No
Someone.
one. No one.
Yeah, that'd be
the Shadow Song Company doesn't make its mark by entering to deals that aren't mutually beneficial. Yes, they get rid of him, she gets to continue with her business. Ultimately, the story is, do you trust her, that she's good at her word? And I know she's stood right in front of me when I'm saying this, but
Yeah, she just has this really amused, like, smirk on her lips, hearing your words, and kind of shifts her eyes between all of you.
okay. Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
What would Krath have figured out about the Shadow Song Company throughout his life? Like, would he have reason to trust them, hate them, etc.?
I
all
mean,
of the above.
Or is that
they are.
something I'd have to?
They
decide
most
myself?
definitely are, like the kind of underbelly of the Eulorons, and you've had dealings with them before. All of them not positive, but none of them have been, like, to the point of extortion or blackmail or anything similar to that. There is no real, with the connections and dealings you've had with the urchins that in one way or another, have had dealings with them. Nothing is like utterly negative. It is
So,
just,
They don't treat,
you.
they don't treat their employers like shit, I guess. Or
in
No,
other
they-
words, you're being treated worse by the fucking
yeah, but I
The
still
Warthorns,
didn't.
yes.
I still didn't want to make this
But-
say that Krath would agree to let them help
Yeah.
if he had reasons to hate them, based on
No.
how they operate.
Which
They don't
one
have-
do you believe is the lesser of two evils?
Essentially, is what I think this is going to be.
And from Vago, make me a history check, actually, please.
12.
Roll me with advantage instead. So roll one more time. Simply because of your background and your dealings with, the inner workings of the city. So a
12.
Yeah, so Vago, you're apparently not aware of this, but Krath, you are. The Shadow Song Company does have, like staple employees, people that kind of pledge themselves to them indirectly. They're not like, the types of people to really sign contracts in order to make good of deals. It's more of a common understanding of mutual benefit, to the point of acting more as a mercenary group with a lot of contacts across the Euloran Empire, more so than something like a, if they get a job, they'll reach out and see if anyone's interested in taking the job. Most of the time, they'll find someone that are willing, and other times, they're more like affiliates with the Shadow Sun Company more than employees or, bound to follow their code of conduct or, anything like that. It's more like, from your experience and what you know about them, if you were to go, kind of enter this understanding, going forward after everything is said and done, should it work out beneficially, in succeeding and taking Warthorns down and everything, it would be more that you become a group that could have, work offerings sent your way by the Shadow Songs more so than them forcing
demanding.
you to force you to work for them. That is, the general understanding that you have of them working as an organization.
So they're criminals, but they're not savages, I guess.
There is some honor amongst these thieves, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And to be fair, you're out of character. You are privy to the fact that we've ordered a pretty sweet deal with 30% of all of their profits.
Krath is
Right.
currently scared that you're making the solution of my death or his death easier for her. Oh wait, would he be?
We're making
Knowing that they're not malicious normally, he probably wouldn't. Never mind.
no. Your freedom is more of the benefit than anything else.
Yeah. Fuck. I've not had many dealings with Shadow Song in my own life, but the people I knew who did, they never spoke ill of them. I trust her to a certain degree.
If you are afraid of losing your job, do you speak ill of your employer?
You're asking Kraft that?
I mean, ultimately, this falls down to you. If you trust them enough, but you can't take other people not complaining to mean that they are a
Complicit.
trustworthy company
True,
that you
but there
want to be
could be-
working for.
The thing is, at any point, you can be constricted. Is that the word?
Conscripted.
Conscripted. That's the one. You can be conscripted at any point to do their bidding. Without them there, you are a free man.
That sounds better than the current deal with the War Torn.
That's what I mean. At any point, the Wartorns can conscript you into doing whatever the fuck they want.
And I have no say in the matter, indeed.
They're dead, then you are a free man. You can go and see your sights and adventure all you like.
I mean, yeah, I said what I said. I trust her. And that was in character too when I said it before. I'd like to, yeah.
So I guess Vago would look to the rest of the party.
Tall one, broken one. Do you have anything to add? Meaning Dorian and Anthus.
Out of character, I genuinely don't think Anthus has any desire to do this whatsoever. It's quite hard to motivate him to lean in that direction. Sure, he could want to be with Krath and make Krath feel like safer, but like he's dipping his toe into something incredibly dangerous doing so, and that's not what he believes his teachings are. So I'm a little bit struggling with what I want to do, if I'm honest. There's no motivation for my character. Is the problem, apart from friendship, and Anthus is deeper than a anime. Yeah, we're on the no motivation squad. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Basically, that's my problem.
I mean, if you spoke about that confusion in character, we could say that, you know, we don't have to deal with them after we're done. You just use this as a way for my freedom.
Yeah, but I don't want to kill anyone.
You don't have to necessarily
Yeah.
kill anyone.
Yeah, you don't have to do the killing. You can just keep us alive as you tend to.
Yeah, but then I'm complicit. It's just as bad as doing it.
If we ignore the
How,
situation,
how else would you free me if you want to help, of course?
I don't know.
if we don't do anything about it, we're complicit in allowing Kraft to be somebody's bitch.
I don't even know if Krath likes me.
Anthus, I like you.
Alright then, I'm ready to do this.
After Kashi broke his heart, he's just clinging on to any friendship.
Yeah.
That was some rough negotiations.
You might speak too much, but sometimes, but I like you. You're nice.
Single tear.
You're
goes
good
down.
people.
You have good intentions, and I like that.
If we find a way, I would rather do less bloodshed than what
I do
I
have
think-
a question, Krath.
Mm-hmm.
Whether your freedom is worth another person's life, is that the only answer?
I mean, I could try
Because I am not. Every fight we've been in, I've been defending myself. I'm not interested in intentionally going or helping people to kill someone. If I know that you're doing it and I don't stop you, then I'm responsible as well.
This is what I was saying. Complicit to
Is
the
there...
maid.
Could just leaving the city, would they follow you? If we all left and went somewhere else, would they follow you?
I don't know, but I don't like the idea of looking behind my back for the rest of my life, thinking that they might.
Is there no way to... I mean, this... I'm learning that this place runs on money. Can you not give them an amount of money and make them stop?
I don't think any amount of money that I'd ever come across would persuade the war-torn.
What did you do to make your life this forfeit?
And for the first time, genuine interest can be seen on Ariana's face as she does look over towards Kraft.
Wait!
Wait! Yeah, we're having this
You.
conversation in front of her. I don't want to say half of this
You!
shit.
And I point to Ariana. You're to step out for a second whilst we plan and see whether or not we want to work with you.
Vega would escort her outside.
Very well. I will do as you wish. And she kind of just wraps a very a very daring arm around Vago and just kind of follows him out carefree.
Now that we're alone.
I didn't do anything bad per se. I mean, I did, and then wait, didn't I tell you about this already?
I would like a full, detailed explanation.
Okay. Me and my mentor, you know, the one I told you about who died, yes, we had been doing jobs for different families, doing certain businesses, you know, caring for ourselves, stealing food to live and everything and all that shit. And then we did a job for the war-torn. And we succeeded. And we came with a lot more money than normal. They gave us a lot more money for that job because it was important. And then, as I've told you, my mentor died because he liked to spend his money on his friends and make people's lives better. And then, because of his death, the war-torn assumed that I would leak information, tell other houses about what I know. And they didn't want that, so that's why they're extorting me, keeping me as Mrs. Shadowsong said, under their thumb.
What happens if you just leak this information? What information do you have that
They'd kill me in the streets.
Yeah, but what information could you have that the war-torn would be so afraid of?
DM, what information could I have that they'd be so afraid of? Oh, the fact that I stole from another family by their employee. The other family that I stole from doesn't know who it was, I would assume. And, yeah. So
yes.
The other family would know that they employed me to steal from another family, and then that would surely bring some conflict between those two houses.
Let them fight. Reveal it and then we fuck off.
And then they'd kill me and then deal with the issue of
So,
the family.
If there are to be a full disclosure of what actually transpired, I think it's helpful as a DM to step in here and explain it thoroughly exactly what kind of happened. So, Krath and Timothy, his mentor, were hired by the war-torns in order to ultimately make a heist on another noble family. While doing so, the heist, they essentially found a way to, by magical means as far as Krath is aware, to record their involvement in the heist, making Krath essentially the scapegoat or the fallback should he try and leak it. So realistically, what would happen if Krath were to leak the war-torn's involvement in said heist against the other family, Krath would be the one to blame with nothing bouncing back onto the Wartorns.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Meaning that they'd have both noble houses
Wanting my
searching for
death.
Krath. Yeah. So they have this kind of like this
So it was even worse
just
than I
pins
remembered.
like this vice onto Krath, where if he dares speak of the Wartorns, involvement, it wouldn't do anything other than make him the target by both families. Wartorns because, he tried outing them, and the other family because, as far as they're aware, by the proof that the Wartorns has against Krath, is, the one responsible for the heist
Okay.
in its entirety.
Okay.
And that is why the Wartorns kind of have this vice on Krath where do everything we ask you to, otherwise, well, we have the proof of your involvement in this heist, and you'll have, like, every guard and everyone employed to the house, the
Otherwise, good luck,
noble house.
essentially.
Yeah. They essentially are blackmailing him with his life as deposit. So if he were to, leave or, try and out the Wartorns, it would definitely make for a very combat-heavy few sessions.
Okay, so here's what we do. We leak the information, and then we kill Krath. But we,
What?
But we
What do you?
don't kill Krath.
Like,
So you want to fake my death, and then I'd have to be even more hiding than I already am for the rest.
No. If I'm not mistaken, you're a warlock, yes?
Yes.
So
Wait, I don't even would I even know what my fucking title is as a spellcaster? I don't know.
Yes, why not?
You're an edgy Dark Lord. We can. What if you then go as a guise? Take Vago's teachings, and then we leave. What if we pledge ourselves, not really, of course, but to the Wartorn and say, we will kill our friend as an apology for his failures, and then you are free
This is all
because they think you're dead.
this is also something that they trust us to do it in general to begin with, considering he is part of our party.
And you've had no dealings with them yet, so they have no reason to trust you.
We can then just out this woman as well, saying that she was conspiring to kill him as well. I mean, that's not. I don't want to get in a war.
From what you can already tell, the Wartorns are already under the impression that the Shadow Song Company are employed to take them out by Krath. That is the implication made by the Wartorns.
Precisely.
And that is why the Shadow Songs are being hunted across the city.
Precisely.
Oh
So
wait,
we
so that means I'm hostile with the Wartorn right now?
Yeah, you're hostile right now, which means that we
Oh.
might as well pretend that you're dead anyway.
Oh god.
You should already have your staring behind your back. It's not a case of when or will. It's a case of you are and are when and are.
I mean, I was already looking behind my back, honestly.
So we
Fucking hell, Skittles.
Skittles, come on.
Sorry.
Oh man, I don't know. If this is what you want to do, we can do it. But
I don't like the idea of killing people either. So far, I think, unless my backstory says something different that we figure out later, I haven't killed an actual person. Only beasts and whatever you'd call goblins.
it just seems like we're
People.
killing some people to not kill some other people. And it doesn't feel like we are solving a problem more as we are creating a different set of dominoes to fall on the ground.
So with that, would you all be happy to take a little break here, clear your thoughts?
Yeah.
Walk You guys are currently with an NPC, well, two of them, in the form of PCs, kind of discussing the approach you may or may not take into accepting or complying with Ariana Shadowsong's offering. She is not currently present, having walked out and further negotiates with Vago outside of your earshot. So, where are we on that stance?
How much would you give us for Vago?
If a man gives you a leg, how much Vago can you push through?
I think, Krath, I think we are somewhat in agreement that, this may be the lesser of two evils, and if we don't have to end the life, but merely usurp, then I think we may have more buy-in.
Bells the usurper.
I do very much like the idea of Mr. Wartorn being under my thumb. That idea
Oh, the irony.
is very fun.
I mean, if he's obviously not doing a very good job of being, what is it, like a noble? I mean, if someone else was in his place, maybe there wouldn't be quite as many people suffering in this city.
He's not the main reason people are suffering here, but I see what you mean. We definitely have to vet whoever we replace him with, if that's what we end up doing. Because another man might just be worse.
I feel like there's always a worse choice, but yes, there's better ones out there, I'm sure.
I don't like the idea about killing him either. I mean, that kind of be a lie. I'd like to watch that man suffer, to be fair.
I mean,
But
suffering and death aren't necessarily mutually exclusive,
true,
mutually inclusive. We can still make him suffer.
without
She
killing.
says, just sort of, twitching slightly as she's saying it, without, without his ultimate demise. I mean, how much has he made you suffer, and you're still alive?
How much has he actually made me suffer? Like, how long have I been under him? I don't remember.
By now, probably closer to half a year since the taking care of the heist. He had you carry out smaller jobs here and there. The big one clearly culminating in the heist, and after that you've just had no choice in your dealings with him, and being forced into the servitude of him, trying to exercise the Mountainside Manor on his behest was kind of just another one of those tasks that came along with your forced servitude with him.
Oh yeah, and the only reason the others got recruited was because Lulu just put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them.
Yep.
Kind of want to say that we should just go get Kashi and then we can think about it until we get back. I don't know. Fuck.
I mean, we can agree and then not do it straight away.
I mean, I don't think it's a we do it right now type of thing.
No, definitely. Kashi is top priority.
The little I followed with what Vega was saying, he seemed to be saying this is a long-term thing.
What if we tell her that we'll get back with her? That is a acceptable answer, is it? Not just be like, we have other things on our mind, we cannot properly
Collect our thoughts. Yeah.
collect our thoughts, and we will get back to her once our friend is found. Yes? Would that be a acceptable answer?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I suppose. but we also don't wanna imply that the deal is not gonna happen at all, because that would put me in danger.
I don't think that saying that we want to think on it would explicitly mean that we do not want to do it.
True,
It
but
means we want to think on it.
I just really don't want two houses on my back, you know. So I want to at least have it be clear that we're not gonna take the offer. But yeah,
Then why not
thinking
we
about
Then
it
let's just take it.
and wait, and then we can always think about our approach, because once again, we don't have to kill him.
I think ultimately he needs to go. But how we do it, it's all in the details. We can wait as long as we need to. The shadow songs are the ones that are feeling the brunt of
Pressure, yeah.
the pressure. There's no pressure on us. We will do it
I mean, I don't
when the
know.
opportunity is right.
I do not know how Mr. Wartorn feels about me dealing with the Shadow Song, which is what he's currently assuming. Correct, Simon?
That is
mean-
what Ariana Shadow Song believes, yes.
Yeah, that he thinks that I, betrayed
Yeah.
him.
That is what you know that he thinks, yes. That you
if-
went to the Gilded Rose Tavern in order to employ the Shadow Song Company to find a way out of under his thumb. That is what he thinks, and that is what he's acting on by making the move towards the Shadow Song Company.
Oh, so that would mean that there's potentially 3 families looking out for me, depending on what the Wartorn did, or if they told him the information about me.
You are a darn problem child, aren't you?
I just wanted to live, man. Come on.
Oh man, I just think it's funny.
I think you tell her, Krath, that you accept to oust Wartorn, but we have to find our friend first. That's our
Yes.
priority.
Yes.
In the
definitely.
meantime, we'll keep you safe if Wartorn or any of the
Oh.
others tries to hurt you.
I think I should just disguise myself for now when we move around the city. I can do that, like so, and then I just turn into like a random human.
Like an
Alright.
edgelord warlock you are.
Mask of many faces, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Alright.
I'm gonna go and put my hand on Krath,
I'm gonna like back away a little bit.
just feeling where the variance in the illusion is.
It's not the most. It's not the best disguise, but as long as I stay true to my features, they at least can't feel the difference. If I try to stay true, at least. Wait, am I remembering correctly that it's a layer on top of yourself?
Yes.
Or yeah, so if I'd have to make the disguise at least a little bit thicker than like my clothes are, otherwise they'd clip through, right?
No, you can make
I don't
yourself
think
appear
it
a
would.
little bit smaller as well, but
Okay.
it does not follow the rules of touch or anything. That
Yeah,
even though you
actual, like my actual
Yeah.
physical appearance is still Krath, but
yes,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that it would like.
but I think you
perfectly
can be a
fit.
feet shorter and a feet longer than your actual height is and stuff like that. Or is that a different spell?
No,
Finn?
that's the warlock. That's the Furbolg thing.
Okay.
Disguise self of.
No, that's the wrong one. Oh, I
Oh.
can be up to 3 feet shorter. Okay.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
So
just
you,
read
you can be
the
a foot shorter.
disguise
Disguise
self. Yeah.
self. Oh yeah, I can. 1 feet shorter or taller. Guess it's just.
But if you are
guess-
shorter, if somebody goes to pat you on the head, they'll feel your actual head first.
Yeah, before they touch my. So.
Yeah.
Okay. But I assume I still have to like stay sort of true to my features to be as hidden as possible,
Yeah.
I guess.
You can change your body type, so you must adapt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. So you can look like a very tall goblin if you wish to, but closer inspection will very quickly kind of make that fall.
I was
Yeah.
literally about to do it. I'm a big funniest scene ever.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast. Sorry. Yes,
Yeehaw! Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I think you should speak to her, and then we'll go and get Kashi, who from whatever happened to him,
Oh, but she
and then
said,
we'll deal.
but she said that she might have contacts that could help us reach Kashi. Maybe some of her people saw something. And
And now,
Ultimately,
and she'd either have to get back to us, or we'd have to follow her and see if her eyes have seen anything.
I feel that the first step is to accept the job.
Yes.
Let's not second guess
I
what
think
she
so.
has and doesn't have. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Are we all in agreement? Hands in.
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Dorian does agree.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I agree. We should try this out. I'm not sure why you're voting.
He said he was.
Oh,
He said he was willing to help us find Kashi, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you did.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that was me talking to him and looking at him. You know.
I'm not gonna roleplay on Ace's behalf. Just roll
Oh
with it.
yes.
Okay.
I will help you find your. What was the word you used? Friend. Yes, friend. Friend-shaped person.
Fuck's sake.
I'm sure he would agree on that.
No, he's like,
I
fuck
think-
you. Who's the dead character? Nobody cares.
You
So at this
character
point,
did it.
Vago opens the door and kind of just peeks her head in. And are you all done?
Yes.
Yes.
If a tree
we-
falls so far, done. Does
Fucking
that mean
I think we've made a decision.
we
Yeah.
have left?
Okay.
Yeah. So bringing Ariana Shadowsong back into the room, she looks between each of you and. So have you come to a decision?
Yes.
Does Krath still look like a random human?
Oh yeah. Shit. Oh.
Crap left. Crap, you might want to chase him. He's fled.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I was just demonstrating that I should probably hide myself for the meanwhile from War Torn.
It is of no consequence, as she holds up a small gem that she
True sight. So she didn't even see me being. Oh wait, she can see like the.
Yeah. She holds it up, and it is of no consequence. And then she pockets it again. If you wish to further inquire, we've come to a finalized deal, as it were. 30% of the War-Torn's fortune, 30% of our annual income for 1 year, as well as any information that you guys would require in the process are to be...
Annual income
Given.
for 1 year. So
Yes.
basically we just get paid once.
Yes, 30% of our yearly income. That is the
30%
deal.
of your current yearly income is nothing.
0.
Well, after our operations resume.
Understood.
Technicalities can be the trap of many, but
So basically you're saying that we just get 30% of your overall as opposed to 30% of like per month for a year?
Oh my god.
you get 30% per month for a year.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Okay. So we
Once our
come-
business resume and the work is done.
Of course.
Finn turns to look to Kashi to ask if 30% is a lot, and then realizes Kashi's not there
Oh.
and is now fucked.
Finn, we'd get a lot of money. A lot.
Not really interested in the money, but
No, but it can get you somewhere in life, and I'd like to get somewhere.
Just yes, you may not
Perhaps.
be interested in money. However, people that might be able to help you find your teacher, maybe.
Definitely are.
I keep hearing
That's a
about this
good point.
teacher of yours.
Oh, have you seen her? And I use silent image to make an image of her as the last time I saw her. So the
What a great
similar
idea.
armor to what Finn's wearing, but with the runes glowing.
Yeah. I can't
Red
say I've
hair, the
ever
red hair.
encountered an individual like that, but if you have any leads on where her whereabouts may be, I can keep an ear to the ground and try and help you.
Oh, yeah.
At no additional
She
expense,
told
of
me
course.
that she's in the. 1 second. She's where the first emperor is buried. She's apparently under the citadel. I'm trying to get in there, but obviously other things keep coming up.
The catacombs. I see. I can't imagine what she would be doing down there, but
Excuse
I
me.
do know where the entrance is.
Okay, so are we going then, or are we not going then?
I think we're.
Have we
going.
even like said that we are taking the job?
I have
No.
no idea.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the thing. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I am
we've
going
come
to take it on
well,
Krath's behalf. he is too
Finally.
he is too taken aback and believes he's too modest to deal with this situation. So we as his friends will be sorry, Krath. You were saying.
I think
Yes.
ultimately it's Krat who this affects the most.
yeah. I think we've come to the decision that we're gonna help, but we would like to figure out other means to deal with him rather than killing him. None of us like the idea of killing people, no matter how bad they
no
are.
matter how deserved they might be.
What about Drubek though, Anthus?
I don't care.
I must compliment you on your noble intents and will comply however you wish to strip the War-Torn of their influence over the city and most importantly my business. I will leave entirely up to you. The ultimate goal is to strip him of his power.
Oh, only him and
And-
not the entire house? Or...
The entire house,
Oh, okay.
which ultimately is him.
Yes. Okay.
But
So wait, this is a take the queen and the rest falls apart, or
pretty much, yeah. That is
Okay.
generally how the infrastructure of Euleron's, kind of hierarchy is. That there's always a big guy at the top that answers to a bigger guy at the top, that eventually culminates at the emperor.
okay.
The
Always.
whole thing will fall like a house of cards.
Yes.
Checkmate.
However you
Okay,
wish to proceed in achieving that, I can but point you in the right directions of your intents.
I was gonna say you probably have useful information or know where to get said useful information to deal with him.
Yes.
But another matter, we have more pressing things we need to deal with. We need to find our friend Kashi, who was kidnapped in the night, and you said that you might have information, or
Perhaps.
maybe you have eyes that have seen something. A cat like him doesn't get kidnapped in the middle of the night without anyone seeing anything. I would hope.
A cat, you say?
Tabaxi. He calls.
I see.
He's
Well-
black-furred Tabaxi. Were there any other features? Which is straight black, right?
No, he was pretty much just straight black.
Yeah, he was jet black entirely.
Including his clothing and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I
and-
would require further confirmation, but a group of, well, Musean tabaxis recently came. That could, in one way or another, perhaps be related.
What was
Could be
that
a-
word?
Could be a lead.
Musean. So they are from the kingdom of Musia. For-
Where was Kashi
I'll bring you to
from?
the world map real quick. So the kingdom of Musia is across the no man's land
Oh,
border.
Musia.
Yeah, over to the Musia Perch, the capital, and Steelbrook, all of those places. So apparently from there, a group of Tabaxi had recently entered through Veleport, coming to Euloron's.
Wait, I'm blind. Where? Can you point?
Yes.
Oh,
Here.
there. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was way over in like the desert. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So they apparently came from Musia, landed at Veleport, made their way to Euloron's End, and that is as much as she knows as of this very moment. It could be
And
connected.
where was where was he from? That was directed at.
I'm trying to remember if he ever actually told us. Oh no, he was from. He said he was from a farm around that area, didn't he?
Yes.
S- and Finn, so Finn was like, I think he was from a farm around that area. He mentioned it a few times. Maybe.
Did he have issues when he left? Do you know?
I don't remember.
So if
I
they're-
was going to say maybe they were friends of his, but why would they break in his window and he leave all of his stuff? They were friends.
Indeed.
They were probably not.
So Anthus and Finn, make me a history check, please, with advantage.
Brain.
Oh, to remember what he told.
Oh, cool! We both got
Eight.
-1.
Oh shit. Alright. Well, you both seem to recall that when you met Kashi, he was under attack from fellow
He
Tabaxi.
was, yes.
And that is how you came to know
we
him.
saved him. It was like from it wasn't directly, because he came from the west, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No. So,
No?
using the world map,
because he was from Musia, right? But
Yeah.
the thieves, the cat folk, they ran northwest on the map away. That was the choice direction that they fled.
the ones you left alive, yes.
Yeah, because we were down there.
Yeah.
But
But that is, something to maybe take note of.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I will.
This is not the first time that
more farm from Musia.
Takashi was attacked by other cat people, Tabaxi.
Interesting. Well, I'll certainly try and confirm if there are any links. But the nature of these things can take a while. Do you have any means of, or tried to communicate with him since?
I
Since
will
his
have
disappearance?
another. I've tried. He was unconscious. I'm going to try it another 4 hours. This is very private conversation, but sure.
Very well.
No, it's fine. You're trying to help. I'm just not used to criminals trying to help.
Well, before
You
criminals.
try to help often, and so it's kind of hypocrite. That's really
You are.
talking.
Very hypocritical.
I think the word you're looking for is hypocrisy there. Sure.
Yeah, it's hypocrisy. It's very hypocritical of you for saying that.
I know, it's such a shame.
Well, no matter. From what I understand, you do seem to be willful in entering this deal, as it were, yes?
Yes, I think it is.
Very well. She
think you
reaches her hand
muted.
out.
Oh, wait, I'm muted. Yeah, yes. We just like to deal with this issue first before we get on with
Of course.
With more
dealing with
people,
my issue.
we would probably be able to do it faster, honestly.
Well, the success of the work at hand is kind of intertwined with your guys is able to, kind of come to action. If this is something you deem more urgent, of course I have no choice but to idly stand by and await your compliance. Our fates are in a way directly entwined.
We do realize that putting it off is hurting your business, but he's our friend, and I would hate to have him die, or worse.
You're not from here, are you?
I've lived here my entire life.
There's genuine expression of surprise on her face before she kind of composes herself and
Yes,
Loyalty is something seldomly found within the Euleron city walls.
'Cause you
Euleron's ends
are
walls.
crazy.
So what was that?
I said it's because they're crazy. I don't understand that. I don't know why.
Are you calling Krath crazy?
No, the people of Yuleron and their lack of
Oh,
loyalty.
okay. Yeah. I was
Same.
taught well, I suppose.
You were.
A man taught me some values.
Hmm.
Timmy.
Very well then. And she reaches out her hand towards you, Krath.
And I shake
Let's
it.
at least make it official. And the cards kind of just swivel around both of your hands before she reaches out her other hand, not shaking yours, and the cards just kind of stack themselves neatly into it, and she tucks it in between her robes again.
Can I
I
mix
believe.
Can I mix some blood around in that swirl too?
Yeah.
No.
So
Can I do like just a quick detect magic on those cards?
yeah, go ahead.
Just to ping it out. Bing. Detect
They are
magic.
most certainly magical.
School.
I would say, hold on.
Let me look what the schools of magic are.
Yeah, apologies. I did not.
Whew.
The same school of magic that originates when it comes to something like animating swords in, living swords or living armor, stuff like that.
So
Conjuration.
I want to say conjuration, but it might as well
Probably
be
like
evocation.
evocation or transmutation, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably evocation.
It's like it's tricky, but you know the
Yeah.
school what it is, but the DM can't pinpoint it
That's
right
fine.
now. But that is the school of magic that would come with.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is it. Unless there is anything else you would like for me to research, I will keep an eye out for the tabaxi that came from Veleport on their way to here from Musia. I will further investigate the catacombs beneath the citadel. And
Thank you.
I feel like I am forgetting something. Wasn't there one more thing that you guys asked her to do?
Don't know.
She can go fuck herself.
Go
fuck yourself.
Well, she's gonna keep all of that in mind. And unless there's any further requests, I will make
Where
my
can we
departure.
find you when we're ready to, or to check in?
Or when do you think any information would be gathered so we could get going?
If you,
I think
yeah,
time
if
is
you,
pressing. Kidnap and all.
yes. One way to get in touch with me is approach anyone of lower stature within the city and tell them if you can't do good, you should be getting the reply, better do bad well.
Okay.
If that response is given, you can request a audience with me.
So
You'll
you
be taken
better
to the
do
location.
bad well.
Yeah.
It's the response we're looking for.
That's the call and response.
If you can't do good, you better do bad. Well, you can't do bad, you better do good.
Yeah, if you can't do good, better do bad well.
Yep.
Is the response.
I feel that's something I should be saying to my children.
Yeah.
Usually, currently, it's if you can't be good, be careful.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's half of the saying of if you can't do a good job, you might as well still do a job because it's better than not doing it at all, isn't it?
Yeah.
You best.
Or at least trying.
Cool.
Well, okay.
That is one way to get in touch with me. Otherwise, I am sure we will have more private audiences within the halls of this mountainside manor.
Sure,
You really
we'll
should be
have-
getting some drinks for the next time.
We're working on it.
Oh,
Very
well,
well.
like I said, we're not a tavern.
Oh, true. That was
I mean,
actually
that
quite good.
It is something you say too.
Yeah.
Probably.
Noted. And then she is kind of turns, opens the door, and makes her exit, leaving you all with a deal struck in a way, and the rest of the day laying in front of you. By now, it would be 1 or 2 in the afternoon, as opposed to the early
Jesus
AMs. Yeah, you've been talking, divulging, exploring, exploring the nature of Kashi's disappearance and, finding Dorian and everything like that. So time has passed. It is early
Like
afternoon.
We've been talking for 3 hours.
Something like that.
Essentially, yeah.
Should we go and start a fight with something just for roll some dice?
I'm gonna go and see if I can find any tracks
Yeah.
outside.
Would you like to one v one me? I reckon
Oh
I'll
yeah,
take you.
I'll help with that.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
I'm gonna go look for tracks outside the window because nobody's done that yet.
And that's what you wanted to be a survival check, I believe. So
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
something
If
that I'm
it's-
good at.
If it's
Yeah.
tracks, I think it's survival. Yeah.
yeah. So make me
Ah.
a survival check with advantage as well as guidance because everyone is helping you and
I got it.
doing everything they
Yeah.
can. So
Is that guidance from Anthis and
Yep.
assistance from old crappy boy?
100%.
Chew. 14.
Not too bad.
18. Bow, bow, bow.
Oh damn. Well, at first you only notice, kind of indentures in the grass, these kind of paw prints leading to and from the window outside of Kashi's room, or leading into Kashi's room. But you very quickly start to notice kind of drag marks, a little bit like further signs of struggle leading to the what is it called, the mansion walls, and on the other side, that's where the tracks kind of end. But you do count without roll probably 4 individuals or tracks of 4 intruders.
And the tracks just kind of disappear, like outside
On
of the walls.
Yes.
No marks of like a carriage wheels or anything like that.
So at this point, you're kind of on the street of the noble quarters.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
the
like a little
cobblestone,
more-
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
cobblestone and paved roads and everything like that.
Doesn't really leave tracks, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary. There are muddy footprints and everything, but it's really hard to distinguish what came from what and how old it is
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
always kind of mumbled up.
I fill everybody in to what I found. Looks like somebody definitely 4 somebodies. Wait, hang on. Kashi, how? Oh.
You're not so hot on the numbers, are you?
No.
Sure.
A number of people that are less than that?
5?
Sure.
All right.
That's
More
I sort of go,
than one
that-
at least.
that's one. That's another one. That's another one, and that's the last one.
Okay, so 4 plus the dragon marks. It just ends at the edge of the manor, so we couldn't really use that for anything.
So they definitely look like paw prints or
Yes.
boot marks. So I think that does seem to indicate that it was of his kind. Do Anthus and Shire wear boots, or do you guys?
Barefoot.
Yep, barefoot.
It's part of the
Are
Leonin.
are Tabaxi prints smaller, noticeably smaller than Leonin?
Oh, yes.
I would
Okay.
assume so. I would assume that like tabaxis are like the paw pads on like the center, which should make those prints. Where I think Leonin feet would be more of the separated, heavy steps into the ground. That's what I would assume, at least.
Yeah, I would assume the same.
Yeah.
There's definitely a big difference in size between a Tabaxi and a Leonin.
Yeah.
So,
Lion and
there'd
cat.
definitely be a big, there'd also be a very big difference in the type of prints they leave.
Yeah, lion versus jaguar, the feet are
Yeah,
completely different.
it definitely seems to be marks that match his people rather than yours.
What do you mean, his people? Nice, right?
Welcome back to session 0.
Yeah.
Right, so we had to do the full circle. Well, I can try and contact him in a few hours. Do we want to chase those tracks?
They stop.
I lost them. Once they got onto the path.
But that does also mean that he was dragged throughout the city. That means that certainly there's someone who saw something.
So we can start investigating the townsfolk and seeing what they saw.
We could.
Have
Look,
you seen Akashi?
I'm looking for.
Oh god.
I'm looking for
I'm
my
looking
second teacher. He's teaching me how to do maths.
I have an idea. We could. Oh wait, no, that would be a bad idea.
I don't think any idea is a bad idea at this point.
I was gonna say that we could go to the local guardhouse and ask who was on shift last night and see.
No,
if they
you're
saw
right. That
something.
is a bad idea.
But we don't want to get involved with the guards, with the whole situation. Yeah.
There's no bad ideas except one. I do think that is second to none to going to Drewbeck and saying, "Have you seen my teacher?"
Do you think Drewbeck's seen my teacher?
I don't.
I mean, she's in the catacombs, but at the citadel. So
I don't
maybe.
think Drewbeck cares about the previous emperors, only what's to come under his own rule.
Fucking hell.
I don't think he's a person to even honor or at all care about them.
So at this point, Vago also brings to the attention of the party that you do have the finished, altered copy of the spellbook ready to be returned to Beretta if you so wish.
Well, let's just light that on fire.
Oh,
Let's see
yeah.
what happens if we do that.
I mean, I suppose if we're going to look for Kashi, we should get some supplies as well. We don't really know. If they can take him without Shia in the next room hearing anything, then I think we'll need to be prepared.
True.
I mean, there was also the other Leonin that was sleeping in the yard.
Yes, Anthus, you didn't hear anything either.
No.
Belle, what about your horse?
I don't
So
know.
we go
really.
and
Why
find
don't
the
you
horse
ask
and,
her?
and
Clearly,
use
the horse says nay.
speech
he did
of
not
being
see anything.
planned and say, "Did you see anything when our friend went missing last night?"
I'll cast Zone of Truth on the horse as well.
The horse goes.
Yeah, it's
I
just
can't understand it.
it's
Oh,
just
it-
chewing grass and looking at you.
But
It
truthfully.
doesn't even convey like anything at all with that spell. Or...
No, it's not a spell. It's just a Furbolg thing that I can speak
Too bad
to
we don't have
animals
a
and plants,
druid.
and they can
Oh.
understand me.
But they can't talk back.
But I can't understand them. I
Yeah.
just speak normally, and they understand me.
But couldn't they like respond?
No.
That's up to no-go.
That's a
True.
druid thing.
Oh, okay. Or like speak with animals, I
That's why
guess.
so many people play druid, Furbolgs as druids,
Yeah.
and I went wizard instead.
Yep.
KW.
Break the mold.
Wizard.
Withered.
Wizard.
Withered.
So
Okay.
yes, should we go and stock up and drop this off before we lose it?
Probably.
Val,
like
you-
I'd like to not answer though.
This cost a lot for you. Getting this book, I believe. So
I
at the end
mean,
of the day, it's
I have mine. And I believe that the loud one had the original copy.
I think he meant your invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I
by
know.
Beretta. No, This is in character. Krath is saying this to you.
Okay.
Your
Yes,
invasion of privacy from both Beretta and Agatha.
Getting significantly more used to being poked and prodded. Turns out I'm quite interesting. To old people.
That
So
does
we,
not help that comment whatsoever.
but needs must. I've taken two for the team. So, shall we go in and hand the book in? Oh,
I'll just wait in safe distance on the street.
So out of character, wasn't Skittles wanting to like copy the book again?
We did.
Oh,
Yes.
He did
he did. Yeah.
Okay.
in the downtime.
yeah.
No,
So currently
I-
in your
Bill
possession,
has the full copy, and we have like half,
yes,
I guess, or not
Yes.
half, but
So I
That
have
is correct.
the real copy, right? Like,
yes.
yeah, you have
and
the
we're gonna
real one,
give. The plan is that we were gonna give the other one to.
which is not fully finished, but still have some of Agatha's work in it. I
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, let's start heading there, shall we?
So who's heading there? All of you?
Yeah. Well,
Why not?
As we're
Why
heading
not?
that way, can we stop by and see what this vial of duality place that's sprung up overnight is?
Well, yeah. So where the Vial of Duality is located now is, a shop that has been shut down previous. So when you walked past it before, it was just kind of boarded up windows, and now is open under a new ownership.
Awesome.
You stand outside. You do see the dangling the duality of the vial, as it were, the green and the kind of smoky, dark, viscous liquid in the other. The words "vial of duality" kind of engraved into a very nice wooden plank outside.
It's just marks on a plank.
Yeah, you can't read. I get it. Yeah.
I love it.
I will
I'm-
say
I'm-
that Dorian and Vago stayed at home for this, simply for simplicity's sake.
Mhm.
Yep.
Getting to know each other,
Each other, indeed.
Yes.
which they can role play at the start of the next session.
Mhm.
Oh, in the RP channel. Cause
Oh, that's a good point. Yes. I'm gonna head in. I'm gonna clang 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 through
Okay.
the front door.
So you open, and there is this kind of, ringing from the bell above, but it also has this kind of soft whooshing to it, as if whisking liquid around. A man, human,
Nice.
a half-elf male, looks towards you, kind of scruffy beard, a little bit, deliberate in his movements as he's moving the vials around, kind of. Yes, can I assist you?
Hello. I was just wondering what sort of. Has anyone come in with me, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'll
all
help
of-
you with the
all
maths.
of us, I assume.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I'm
coming.
there.
We were just wondering what sorts of wares you had. A very interesting look to the building that you have here, and I like the little whoosh. Was that a magical effect?
Yes, we paid quite a bit of sum for that. kind of custom made. Nothing else could really cut it for my brother. However, is there anything that you would like to buy, sell, trade, perhaps? Oh yeah, you did ask. We're primarily alchemical. We deal in the transmutation and kind of treatment of various things into other things that can be drank in order to enhance or decrease the abilities of your opponents. Poison, as it were.
Oh. Are you in the market for buying?
We could be.
I happen to have, and I dig into the bag of holding and pull out the assorted alchemical reagents, and I just plonk them on the counter, and then I just pick up Wink's eye and put it back in the bag of holding.
Okay. Well, it has a lot of rare components in here. We are most definitely in the, how much would you want for this, perchance?
How much could you offer for it?
Well, looking through it, how much of it did I mention? Like, you put all of it there, but how much of assorted alchemical
It's
regions do you actually have?
750.
Plus the 100 from Kashi. So 850 gold's worth of alchemical regions. Well, with all of the rare applications within here, well, I'd have to run an inventory first, but at just a glance, I could very easily give you 600 gold for the lot.
Look at Krath.
Inside check.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
See
Is
if I'm
anyone else helping with it? If so?
Sure.
If I'm getting
I'll
scammed.
insight check. Let me see.
Roll me a +1.
I don't fucking trade.
Fuck!
Oh shit. The 12. I mean, he is a very shifty individual, this storekeeper, but he does seem to give a pretty fair price, but it's hard to tell. It doesn't seem heavily undercut.
And we have no idea of its value, so we'll take his word for it, I suppose.
I'm curious though. You said that you would have to look at them.
Well,
Like,
that we could most certainly run an inventory and see what it is you actually have, but at the first glance, easily 600 gold's worth of value, yes.
Oh, okay, so we haven't.
could you? Assuming the others are okay with it too. Would you be willing to look into them? And she kind of like looks at the others to see if they're okay with that too.
As in, look into it, get back to us type thing, or?
So what he had said was, he could look into it farther to see if
Exactly what it's worth, yeah.
Yeah, exactly what it's worth. So.
Okay.
Could be less.
As there's been, a lot of roleplay this session, and I see gamers about to fucking tear what little Harry has left out of his scalp.
No, I'm really tired.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were frustrated with the
No,
slow-paced session.
I'm really,
Apologies.
really tired. I'm sorry.
I was just trying to make a joke. I'm sorry too. They do run an inventory. You do get the view of the second brother. Looks, similar, but there are some differences you do here, as you kind of mingle with them, that they are twins, recently arrived from Vedima, in hopes of, kind of paving a way and finding a way to peddle their goods to a wider clientele, as the discriminating eye of the Vediman government is a bit more selective with what they allow and not, while in Euleron it's kind of the Wild West. That is the general impression you get. At the end of it,
reward.
Yeah, at the very end of it all, they look to each other and Well, I'll be honest with you. The direct value of all of these items combined is 850 gold pieces. However, we are, well, kind of a new startup and do not have those sums at hand right away. We can give you 500 gold, but if you wish to perhaps, receive the in between in terms of potions or already concocted elixirs and potions, that can most certainly be arranged.
We can trade the rest of it, I suppose. Right, guys? Or
I'm okay with it.
What sort of potions do you have?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. And he brings out a kind of, like a short, like storefront sample sort of thing, showing each of the healing potions that are available, which ranges from regular healing a potion all the way up to supreme healing. They also bring out what is it called? A a vial of an experimental concoction they've been working on that is supposed to be able to translocate one person from one place to another, assuming they've been there before. However, they do warn you of a kind of mixed results. They bring out poison, which ranges from basically Bane, but in a potion form, as well as Hex, which, in a way, when applied to a weapon, would make the hit creature take additional necrotic damage for every consecutive swing there forward. This is what we have at hand right now. Is there anything catching your eye, perhaps?
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I kind of like to have some more healing potions. Especially given what happened last time I gave mine away.
Yeah, you died, so that's probably a good idea for you to get more.
yeah.
So, take the rest in healing potions?
They're
The
super expensive.
the regular ones.
Yeah.
So the regular ones goes at 50. The greater healing goes at 250. Superior healing goes for 2.5k, and the biggest one, the supreme healing, goes for 25,000.
Holy fuck. And how much
So
does that heal for? Just out of curiosity.
The supreme one,
Yeah.
10d4 plus 20.
That's for when we're like level 20.
Jesus.
And that would
He says
do
in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Wait.
could very easily get 3 potions of greater healing, assuming you wish no monetary value in return. You can take 3 of those and 2 regular healing potions. Or you can, grab the remaining 350 in 7 regular healing potions.
Yes.
Let's
well.
do that. Yeah, let's
Yep.
Wait, 7 regular or 7?
7 regular.
Jesus, this is a lot of.
The more we have,
potion.
the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no frame of reference for when certain potions are useful at what level.
Yeah.
So
At the
that is
moment, we're
E4
gonna
plus
need
2.
use the we'll need the regulars for now.
So those are the ones
Superior's
you
a level
have.
2.
You received 500 gold pieces and 7 regular healing potions. Is there anything else we can
Okay.
perhaps help you with today?
Nope. I think that's it.
I think that's it. I'm gonna keep all of that. I'm just gonna put it all into the bag of holding, including the gold. That'll
Sounds
be party funds. That'll be the start of party funds.
Thank you for your patronage.
And good luck with your new business.
Thank you. The Lazarus twins will always hold you in high regard.
Lazarus twins. It's a problem with the character that doesn't use names.
Yeah.
opening conversations is they will not ask. He will not ask an NPC what their name is.
Well, you don't have their names, only their,
The
kind of
license
surname.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your patronage. Be sure to come again. And
Sure we will.
now that you've paid the visit to the Vial of Duali, where does your feet lead you to with the remaining 5 minutes of the session?
I think Agatha, Beretta.
Beretta.
All right.
Yeah, I
We
think
Beretta.
so.
end that.
If we had that potion, it could take us back to Agatha.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what it would do.
Not teleport us to the fucking 9 planes of hell or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you steer your feet towards the in process of being renovated wand and cauldron. The solid cast kind of storefront being worked on, the taskmasters kind of shouting orders, people carrying big piles of bricks one way or another. You all make your way into the building of Beretta Schillingen's wand and cauldron as she looks up from her counter and, oh, hello.
I cringed. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I see if there's any physical similarities between her and Agatha? I know you'd said before that Agatha was drow and she's not, but is there any like physical similarities beyond not having the same skin color?
No,
Just
there are
as an
no
interest.
similarities.
Okay.
We also didn't see Agatha's face, if I believe. Or did we in the end? I don't remember.
You did not.
Yeah.
Not her full features, only that of, her being a drow. And I think that was only Belle that saw, but I might be mistaken. It's so good to see you all again. And she kind of turns to you, Finn, and the scent of autumn follows you closely. Autumn is the time of maturing. Just like the harvest, so are you maturing as time passes. But also that of change. She narrows her eyes at you, and something has definitely changed about you. Looks towards you, Belle. My dear Belle, are you a sight for sore eyes? Are you here to find out more about your scars?
I've found out an awful lot recently, but that is not currently why I'm here. Although, should needs must, I will call upon your services again. Shuddering.
Ah,
We have the tome that belongs to you,
is that
and just
so?
sort of plonk it down. Just
Yeah.
this,
She
I believe, belongs to you.
kind of reaches out her, kind of thin, spindly fingers, kind of wraps it around it and drags it over the desk towards her and opens it. And says, "Oh, I have not seen this book for a long time." And she just flips through the pages, and I even see you got to keep some of the additions my dear apprentice made to it.
Yes, the encounter, the meeting with her wasn't particularly pleasant, and we had to make some deals that I'm not entirely proud of.
But did you
uh,
leave her humiliated?
did
Did
we
you
leave
make her
her?
pay for what she did to me?
Oh no, we forgot about that.
Yes.
Make a deception.
Come on.
Catch out.
No.
Oh man.
Not even,
She just looks at you and then
not even a
well,
door can help that.
No.
I'm glad to hear that you had success in carrying the task out in the manner I requested. And you know, the inner words, there's a very see-through sense of irony that she knows you're full of it, but doesn't make a bigger scene of it than that. She's more than happy to have kind of, you know, regained her spell book as it is. Well, the payment will be delivered. Is there any additions you would like to make to the reward I promised?
What was the reward again?
Yeah, I was gonna flip over to see it. So you had been
Like
promised.
security
Traps?
upgrade.
Yeah.
That-
So these
that's
are proximity magic trap. One of them being major image, 4 fireballs, and 1 wall of fire that is to be placed out in the perimeter of Mountainside Manor in the way you guys wish to
Bit
have it be
fucking
deployed.
late now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we should have dropped this stuff off like the day that we got back.
Oh yeah, shit. No. Fuck.
so you're in the
Wait.
store as well, Krath, no?
No, I'm standing outside.
Okay.
He's
He
both.
refuses.
He is so ashamed.
Yeah.
Learned his lesson
So
well.
the eyes of Agatha kind of roll back into her skull very briefly as Krath, you do hear her voice inside your head. I'm glad to find you well and still breathing. Let me extend my apologies, but to be fair, you did take something that was not yours to take, dearie. And then her eyes kind of focus back into the room as she looks towards the rest.
That was
You would recognize the words of Agatha, or not Agatha, fucking Beretta.
Beretta.
They, yes, inside your head,
That's
so
a
you would know that
whole
it was her
different
saying
twist.
that.
I
Krath.
get
Yeah,
I got Beretta.
It was Agatha all along.
yeah, but that is
Beretha.
yep.
It was so globe.
Would you go
Yeah.
inside though?
I will be
Um,
by in the morning tomorrow to install the traps, but if you wish to make any modifications to the order, now's the time.
Oh,
Out
I
of-
suppose we should tell you that we have some unique things staying with us. So try not to kill them.
I will make sure to include them in the exceptions of the traps mechanism of triggering.
Is there any way
Mhm.
to add additionals after it's been put in? Because I get the feeling that we might be picking up more strays along the way.
Yes, that can most certainly be arranged. You just
I-
have
I-
to come by.
Out of
Well,
character. Do we really
no.
need 4 fireball traps?
So
Sure.
before we,
Probably
that is the
not,
part of
probably
the
not.
deal. But before we sum up the session, as most of it is just going to be, you know, working out what traps you want and whatnot. Shaya, you had previously wished for some sort of speaker thing.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
if true, we do not need so many fireballs. However, I was wondering, is there a way we can speak up a sort of system where we have a centralized thing we talk into and the rest of the house hears what we are saying? That way we can summon whoever we need. The house is utterly too big to have to constantly go from room to room. Well, there's
yeah,
the intercom system is.
yeah.
Alexa.
Well, as a manner of speaking, I can most certainly do something that will accomplish said
And it has
effects.
unlimited uses, please? Not just like 1 or 10 or 100, like unlimited uses, or is that asking too much?
No, We can most definitely make it unlimited. So,
Beautiful.
Press reward of getting Alexa.
We're getting a fucking
So-
Amazon Alexa. I am entirely there for it.
before we end the session, guys, I'm going to explain the intercom system.
You go, okay, Alexa.
Anthus, you're muted.
You go, okay, Alexa.
Yeah. You don't have to speak a command word or anything like that, but essentially a very, very homebrew version of message is kind of placed into all of you, where while on the grounds of Mountainside Manor, the 7 of you are able to communicate using message over the at will within the perimeter. So that is
Nice.
what
But
you're
we have
given.
to focus to use it. It's not just every
Yes.
time anybody
No.
speaks, everybody else hears it.
No, it is definitely. It is like casting message, but you can do it at will while on the Mountainside Manor grounds.
But you must
Second
end
thing-
it with you can reply to this message.
Yes. Second thing is, I'm gonna submit a PDF of the battle map that is the Mountainside Manor, and you can mark out where you wish to have the 1 mayor image, the 3 fireball traps, and the 1 wall of fire trap put.
We
And
need
this
to
you-
move out.
Yeah, and
Something's
this
going to
you,
attack it.
and this you would have to discuss between all of you rather than deciding it here with people abs.
Well, it is a society where might is right, so of course they're going to attack it at some point.
And with that, you finish your settlings with Beretta Schillingen and turn your, feet back home. Arriving and reconvening with the rest of your party
And they both left.
at about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. With some interesting choices ahead of you involving the Shadow Song Company and the whereabouts and kidnap of Kashi Menth, your party member.
It's
Marriage burn.
Thank you
I feel-
guys for playing.
Woo!
In 2 weeks' time, we will be picking up from there.
I feel kind of bad because I know like we're not meant to find Kashi, but it's like giving you a whole bunch of work for nothing.
What?
I mean, we can
No.
still find
No,
him,
no.
and he
Yeah.
just decides not to rejoin the group.
Yeah. So now that
We'll find his dead body.
now that it is fully confirmed, Ace wanted to make a new character. Kashi, he felt, did not really allow him to play the way he wanted to, not be as social, and from a character standpoint, didn't really find a motivation to stay in the group. You can still find him. He will be an NPC controlled by me, rather so than Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And there is still story linked to what Ace had written about him before to uncover and everything like that. So you're not making me do extra work. It is just, it will go on, and he's very much alive and can be contacted with as an NPC moving forward.
We definitely should do that, because I would love to see Kashi and Ace not being played by the same person, and one impacting on the other one's story and backstory that he wrote that is now not his.
Yeah.
I think it would screw his head up.